What? Only 3 people watching? I may have to do some more things here. hear noises. I hear noises. And I hear... Oh, no, not that kind of noise. No, not that kind of noise. If we have Spider-Man farting, those could be super Spidey farts. Those could destroy bad guys. But since they're so lethal, they can also destroy good guys. What are you trying to do to me?
I had to fart really bad.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Spider-Man. How are you?
Good.
All right, folks. Good evening. My name is Bill. That's Spider-Man. You know. And you are watching Bill's Box of Sound. Hello, friends. How are you this week? It's been a crazy week. And we got stuff to cover. So it's 10 o'clock. We're on the East Coast, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. Let's get this thing going, huh? All right, so let's start with the chat room. Yes, can I help you, sir?
So basically, a live stream starts at 7.
In California, yes. You haven't learned about time zones yet, have you?
I didn't realize that.
Well, America's a big country, okay? And you got the whole world has 24 time zones. But here in the United States, we've got 4, actually. But when it's 10 o'clock in Ohio or New York, it is 7 in California. It's 9 in Chicago. You know, these things go on. And mountain time, yes. Mountain time, it is 8 o'clock. So.
How did I know that?
Well. Uh-oh. Nah, that's nothing. They're talking about other stuff. Anyway.
You're going to wait for the next day and probably listen to it, aren't you?
Probably. Anyway. Hello. Mark Patrick Bihar, who is a new friend of mine on Facebook. He says, what can you tell me about Ensemble Spontaneous? I'm guessing spontaneous or spontaneous on FZ. I don't know. I've never heard of them. Maybe I'm thinking that it's an ensemble that has done versions of Frank Zappa's work. I don't know. I'm going to turn off the noise on my watch because my family is texting each other madly and making all sorts of noises in here. We don't need that.
Even Roman's mom?
Yeah, Roman's mom, I think, and Grandma and Aunt Sam. Anyway, so I don't know about that, but I may want to look that up. Let's see. Spontaneous.
I thought it was spontaneous.
So,
Blech.
Ensemble Spontaneous. Let's see. Actually, it's more like the Spontaneous Music Ensemble, maybe.
I knew it was spontaneous.
Yeah, that's what I would think. But let's go Frank Zappa on that and see. I don't see anything specific. I mean, I know about the Ensemble Moderne. I know about the Spontaneous Music Ensemble, but that's it. I can't really say that I know much of anything at all about that, Mark. Anyway, but thank you for asking just the same. Next we have our esteemed friend Kevin. It says, hello, Laramigo, who I suggested this stream to. Hope you are joining in the fun. Now, wait a minute here. Mountain time. Wait a minute. How about Alaska and Hawaii? I ain't even going there, okay? It has nothing to do with music. They have different time zones.
Well, I guess it's in a different
You
world.
just gotta throw that spanner in the works, don't you, Kev? Anyway, so big week. It's the last week of July. And we've got a new release to talk about. Where'd it go?
Wait, is New York right now daytime?
Well, no, it's nighttime. It's nighttime.
In New York?
In New York City, it's the same time that it is right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area.
So it's in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how I get here so fast.
Right. So, yeah, if you went to California to visit somebody in San Francisco or Los Angeles, that would be one heck of a long swing. You'd have to jump on a plane and web yourself to the body of the plane.
Maybe I'd take a boat.
Or nope, can't take a boat. You have to go all the way around the world.
Oh, come on!
You have to travel by land. You can't travel by sea to go to California, unless you want to really, really complicate matters. Anyway, oh, no problem, Kevin. You always provide the fun. You always provide the fun. Anyway, okay, so there's a new release to talk about.
Bring it Roman in.
Okay, it's my release. Yes, I made a record, and you guys know about this. I've been yakking about this for weeks, for months. This has been in the works for a long time, and finally, it is here. So this live stream is brought to you by the new album. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Me! From Spudlok. And it is available now, and you can buy it when you go to spudlok.bandcamp.com. Look at canned Bandcamp. Bandcamp, yes. That's a great site that sells lots of independent music. And this is just one of them. Now, you can buy this record here, which is done pretty much by these two guys. That's me, and that's Todd right there.
His friend.
Yes. And there's a lot of information in here. Just all sorts of stuff to read about the band, about the songs, about other things, legal stuff, who plays what, names of the songs, things like that. And when you open it up, yes, there is a lyric sheet full of all the lyrics to the songs. Hey kids, sing along with your favorite Spudlok tunes. It's kind of facetious because this is not an album that's specifically made for children. But, whoa, what fell down? Oh,
mask.
Okay, something fell down. I'm not going to say what it was. Anyway, so we got all the words to the songs in a whimsical format. And then,
Going to put it back on my back.
Because we care about the musical and audio quality, we've got... Da-dun-dun. Yes, we've got an audiophile quality rice paper inner sleeve. Yes, may I help you?
I heard you guys were talking about boats.
Boats?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was talking to Spider-Man about boats, yeah. He was asking me if he could take a boat to California. Maybe if that boat's attached to a trailer, you might be able to do that, but no.
Well, one time I went on a boat to,
Where'd you go?
I know the name.
Did you go on a short cruise? Did you go
kind of short.
On Lake Erie? Oh, no, you went to Put-in Bay, didn't you?
Yes, Put-in Bay.
Ah, that's a pretty cool place.
It was really fun.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this record comes, it's a 150 gram. It's not 180 gram. But this is pressed by the wonderful folks at Gotta Groove Records in Cleveland. Nice flat vinyl. Very quiet vinyl. And this record's about 40 minutes of wackiness and musicality. So some of you tuned in last week when I played a test pressing of this live on a separate live stream. And some folks have already started ordering this record. It's a mere $20 plus shipping. And let's see here. And there it is. Spudlok is the name of the album. What else was I going to say about that? Oh, yes. There are some people. Oh, it's Ensemble Ambrosius. Okay, I'll look that up in a few minutes, Mark. But anyway, I've had a couple of people go onto the site and they want to buy a copy of the album. And they go to Bandcamp and they accept PayPal, which is what I accept as well. But if you don't use PayPal, there are many other ways to do so. Now, you see my name right there, Bill Camarada. You can private message me on Facebook. And that's also my Instagram handle, so you can private message me on Instagram as well. I can accept other kinds of electronic payment, such as Zelle through your bank account. There's a thing called Cash App, Venmo. If you've got an iPhone, we've got Apple Pay. And I believe that those are all of the other electronic ways that I can accept payment for the record. So you can do that if you want, but contact me first. Let me know where you live so I can figure out what the shipping charges are and I can get it to you. Now, if you live in Northeast Ohio, next Tuesday, which will be August 1st, as a matter of fact, which was the original street date that I had calculated for this record, I will be showing up at the Winchester Music Tavern, which is right on the Lakewood-Cleveland border practically. And in the back room, in the bar area, I believe, every Tuesday they have Turntable Tuesdays where people can show up with some records, spin a set of music and whatever. I'm going to have some copies of the album right there. And I will be offering copies for sale. And if you are a fetishist of those types, I might even autograph one for you. But you got to ask really nice. Anyway, one goat and 4 chickens? I don't know about that form of payment, but we'll think about it. Anyway, so yes, I will be in touch with you about your copy, Kevin. We've spoken about this. But let's look this up. Ensemble Ambrosius. So let me go here. Ensemble.
You might have seen that someone has been added here, right?
Ambrosius. I think I found it. Oh, okay. The Zappa album. Okay, I've seen this before. That is an album of the Ensemble Ambrosius. It's a Finnish group, and they do 15 different Zappa compositions, and I have not heard this, although I might have a digital copy of this hanging around someplace. So let me just I'm gonna share this here. Hold on just a second, so you'll be able to see what I am seeing. Let's see. Okay. Okay. There it is. And there is the cover of the album. That's all right. But, yeah, it's the Ensemble Ambrosius, the Zappa album. And you can buy it on Amazon.com. So there you go.
There will always be someone watching.
Yeah. So let me do that one there. Okay, beautiful. Typically, I'm not that crazy about copy of versions of Zappa's music, because a lot of times people can play the notes, but you okay there, Spidey?
Yeah, I'm just looking through my eye hole right here. It broke off.
So they can play the notes, but they don't put the eyebrows on it, okay?
What?
The eyebrows, the kind of just put the right inflection, the right spin on things. You got to be in on it, and and that's what putting the eyebrows is. You put the eyebrows on the composition. Now, if you listen to Dweezil Zappa's Zappa Plays Zappa, eyebrows all over that. If you listen to the Zappa Band, which has Mike Keneally and Robert Martin, Scott Tunis, Ray White, I believe Jamie Kime is in there, and of course our good friend Joe Travers is in the Zappa Band. Now, if you listen to them, the majority of those guys are ex-Zappa Band members. They've played with Frank. They know what Frank demanded of his music. And as a result, it's great stuff. But you know what? I'm going to try and listen to that Ensemble Ambrosius record just to see what it's like, see how good they do. One Zappa cover CD that I heard was by the Ed Palermo Big Band. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad at all. But I thank you for bringing my attention to that. And yes, I will listen to it. I will check that out. So what have you been doing this week, Spider-Man?
Fighting crime,
You're what?
Fighting crime.
Fighting crime. Okay. That's pretty much your thing, right?
I haven't been sleeping lately.
You haven't been sleeping. Why?
I skipped like 2 days.
2 days. Wow, you must be extremely tired.
Then there was no crime, and then I slept for 3 days straight.
Well, can't you get in contact with one of the Avengers and have them help you fight crime?
They're on vacation.
They're on vacation. Oh, they need to come back and give you a vacation because you're working very, very, very hard. So
I'm not in the Avengers yet.
Yeah, I know. That stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah, until I'm in the Avengers.
They should put you in there. I swear. Okay, other records that I have gotten. First of all, let's talk about some sad things that happened this week. We've had a couple of notable deaths in the music world.
I knew that was going to happen.
Well, people get old, they die. And one of them was Sinead O'Connor. Sorry to hear about her. Sadly, I do not have any Sinead O'Connor records. I was never a big fan of hers, even though I do have an MP3 of Nothing Compares to You, which was her only real hit, which was composed by Prince. Now, there are a lot of big Sinead O'Connor fans out there. And I really think that the thing that she did on Saturday Night Live when she tore up the picture of the Pope to make a statement, and I agree with what she had to say about the abuse that those people have done. A lot of people took offense to that, and I believe as a result of that, she never really got as big as she really should have been. So that's sad. The other loss this week was of the original bass player of the Eagles, Randy Meisner. He passed away at the age of 77. And yes, I do have Eagles records. But before we delve into the world of the Eagles, let's see what Kevin has to say. He says, "But for the music to live on, people must play it. Does Mozart today sound like when Mozart was alive? I don't know. But if you put eyebrows on Mozart, if you really work hard on putting eyebrows on Mozart, it might be more interesting than the majority of Mozart performances that you hear. So very, very good point about that. Okay, let's look at some Eagles records, shall we? And then I'll tell you about my feelings about the band, the Eagles. Ta-da-ta-da! Let's see, so it's the letter E. It's right after Bob Dylan. Let's see here. What's this? That's it. Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan. Charles Earland, what? Okay. All right. Hey! What are you doing? Get out of that chair or I will pelt you with Eagles records. What are you going to do? Hey, I noticed something that StreamYard has done. They have provided background music that can play. Let's see. They've got background music. Let's see. The pop dance music. Let's listen to that.
Is this copyrighted?
No, it's royalty-free music. Okay, so I guess this is stuff that's supposed to play in the background. Can you still hear me talking while I'm doing that? This is totally inappropriate music for me to be talking about the Eagles with. Let's go to some other music. What do you say? Let's see. This one's called Feeding the Ducks. Let's get all your ducks in a row. Guess I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Bring the band down behind me, boys. Okay. Back to the comments. All right. All right. The Eagles. I've got the majority of the Eagles studio albums here. Got the first one, which had Take It Easy on it. There's the original 4 Eagles. Let's see. I'm gonna let's see. Bernie Leadon, Randy Meisner, Don Henley, Glenn Fry. I'm guessing those are the 4. Let's make sure. Keep me in check. Get this right. Because I know if I don't get it right, you guys will be yelling at me. Let's see.
Yelling at you.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Especially with this common music on.
Oh, this is weird. Oh wait.
Is this song called Long Duck?
No, it's called Feeding the Ducks.
Ah.
Okay, so the way that this inner sleeve is printed, the words are in red, so you can't even read them properly. So I can't do that. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's see. Let's see. Glenn Fry, Don Henley, Bernie Leadon. There you go. Yeah. And Randy Meisner. There you go. Yep, those are the original guys. The 4 people that made up the original Eagles. So let me put that away over here. So then we got their second album, Desperado. This is a real good album. Tequila Sunrise, Desperado, Outlaw Man, Saturday Night, Doolin Dalton. That's their second album. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this background music. Stop it! back to the normal stuff. Okay. Then we've got, On the Border. This is cool. Now, was Randy Meisner still on this album? Yes, he was. I believe he was. Okay. And let's see, this album had, Already Gone, Midnight Flyer, On the Border. Love that tune. And then there's this one. Kevin remembers this one. We were in high school when this came out. This is called One of These Nights. And let's see, is this the one that has Ticket to the Limit on it?
Kevin and you were friends when you guys were hot.
Oh, yeah. I've been friends with him since the 4th grade. Let's see, Thrill Is Gone. Okay. Yep, this is the album that has Take It to the Limit. And that's the one that they're playing on the news when they talk about Randy Meisner passing away. Because he wrote that song. Anyway, this I really got into way back when.
Did Feed the Duck end?
What?
Or did you just stop it? Music.
What was that question?
Did you stop the music?
Yeah, I stopped the music. It was just too distracting.
I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but I got some talking to do here. I got to wrap with you folks. All right, we've also got one of the biggest selling greatest hits albums of all time, greatest hits of the Eagles. I just happen to have it. And then I've got an album which, you know what, this was too popular. Just too freaking popular. Hotel California. They raised the price of this album $1. I mean, most albums were, let's see, is this one of the early ones? You know, but most albums were like $5.98. Then they upped the price to $6.98, and then another dollar tagged on for the Eagles. Let me see if I can see the price on the edge of this. Let's see. Yep, $6.98. Okay. So it used to be when you could go to a store and buy a brand new album for like $4 plus tax, because it was, you know, discounted off of the manufacturer's suggested list. But then record companies started getting greedy, and this was one of the first ones. This one and a Queen's Day at the Races raised the price on this, and then these escalating prices. I mean, nowadays you can't get a new record for less than $20. But you can get a brand new album like Spudlok for $20 plus shipping. It's one of the.
You hit me directly in the face.
Oh, I am so sorry. You okay?
I have a literal mask on.
Okay, well,
and it hit my eye.
I know, but I don't want to hurt you. I'm very sorry about that.
My eye is plastic right here.
Okay. So anyway, now there are good things about this album. But by the way, Randy Meisner had left the band at this point. Joe Walsh was on lead guitar because Bernie Leadon left as well. And Joe Walsh gave the band some new spunk, some new energy. And then what I consider the last Eagles album, which is called The Long Run. And this is played to death on radio as well. And let's see, this doesn't even have a price on it. They stopped putting prices on records back then. And also, if you ever complain about the high cost of concert tickets, I blame the Eagles, because they broke up for a while, and then they got back together, and they did this thing called the Hell Raises Over tour. And they were charging like $100 a ticket. People said, They're not going to pay $100 a ticket to see the Eagles. They're big, but come on. $100 a ticket? People paid it. And now the prices are getting higher and higher and higher and higher. You got to take a mortgage out on your house just to go see a concert nowadays.
Ban them from music forever.
Oh, I'd love to do that. But you know what? People are still forking over the money. So, save yourself some money. Get yourself a good sounding record, and you'll be able to listen to that album forever, as long as you take care of it. So, all right, that's enough of the depressing news from this week. Now, some news about some other records. I just got this record 2 days ago. This is on the Blue Note 313 series, which they are doing in conjunction with Third Man Records. The Third Man Records is located in Detroit. They've also got locations in, I believe, in Nashville, and I think in London as well. But they have licensed some titles from Blue Note, and they are mastered not by Kevin Gray at Coherent. They're mastered by, what's his name, Warren DeFever at Third Man Mastering in Detroit, Michigan. And these records are also pressed at the Cass Corridor Third Man store, which has a pressing plant right in the building. You go to the back of the store, you look through the windows, you can watch people making records. And also, look at how when the light hits this, it's got this very slick, shiny stuff where that photo is, and also where the lettering is for this album, Detroit New York Junction by Thad Jones. This album smokes, man. These guys are playing their butts off. And it's got Thad Jones on trumpet, Billy Mitchell on tenor sax, Kenny Burrell on guitar, playing wonderfully, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Oscar Pettiford on bass, and Shadow Wilson on drums. Now, buyer beware. This is not cheap. I think they're pricing these about the price of the Tone Poet Blue Notes. And this one is the direct-to-consumer, order-by-mail version. I got this, I believe, from Blue Note directly. And it's got special colored vinyl on it. Now, here's the sticker that's on the front, the 313 series from Blue Note Records. And here's the colored vinyl. It's absolutely beautiful. And they're doing something kind of wacky. They're putting the yellow instead of the blue to signify that it's Third Man. Okay? But there's a very confusing problem. This was recorded in 1956, I believe. Yeah, 1956, March 13th, at Audio Video Studios, New York City. Okay? And the original recording is a monophonic recording. What does that say on that label? Stereo. So, that was the first problem that I had with this. And I went to listen to the record. Now, I have a stereo mono button on my stereo, so I can take mono records and fold it in and listen to it in true mono. And really well-recorded mono records, and this happens especially through headphones, if they're recorded really well and they do a really good transfer of the tape to the vinyl, the mono recordings come alive. You can see the players in front of you, and I mean it's not a wide stereo image, but the music does have a three-dimensional quality to it, and that's what this should have. If this was a true mono recording and a true mono record, it would accomplish that with no problems. But I put this record on. And I'm listening to it, and there's just something not right. So I press the mono button to bring it in mono, and it sounds even thinner. It almost sounds like one of those electronically reprocessed for stereo records, but it's not. So I go back to listening to it in stereo, and I sit and I listen, and I can hear little artifacts going back and forth. It sounds like they took this mono tape and they played it on a stereo playback machine and cut the record from that. Very strange. I'm gonna do it. I'm not necessarily evil, but I think it was just a mistake. It was done wrong. This is a very, very old. It's not a Rudy Van Gelder recording. It was engineered by whoever was at that audio video studio. It doesn't say who the original recording engineer was, but Alfred Lyon, he produced a wonderful recording, and like I said, playing on this is spectacular. I've also got the other Thad Jones album that came out on Music Matters. I forget what the name of it was. What happened? You bumped yourself?
Right here.
Ouch.
On here.
Ooh. Be careful, sir. Let me pull out that Thad Jones record. You stay there. Don't you move. Aha. It's called The Magnificent Thad Jones. Right there. That's a pretty good album. This album, recorded by Van Gelder, it's in mono, and it sounds fantastic. Came out in 1956. But while this is wait a second, this is not right. No. Go back. So while this is a fantastic record, it just wasn't mastered properly. So, buyer beware. If you can get this for less than $40, please do so. I'm going to try and contact Blue Note and/or Third Man and see if there's any more information available on this, because I saw a video that some guy did. He did a review of this album. I believe he calls himself a jazz record collector. And I wrote to him, I said, what do you think of my theory of it sounding like a mono tape being played on a stereo machine? And he says, well, I listen to it in mono. I have a mono button on my machine. I said, go back and listen to it in stereo. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. So, there's one other record I got this week. And it just came this morning. Oh, I could not resist. I could not resist. The third in the series of Steely Dan releases on ultra high quality record. This is Pretzel Logic. Every Steely Dan album is wonderful. I say that there are no duds in the catalog. There are dissenting opinions. I love every Steely Dan album. Great, great music. And inside you get this beautiful, look at this reproduction, Stoughton jacket. And woohoo! Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's the guys in Steely Dan. And this is mastered by Bernie Grundman from the original master tapes. Inside of here there is, let's see, where's the liner notes? You got special liner notes by Donald Fagen. You got pictures of the original master tape right there. That's really cool. And the records themselves, of course, certificate of authenticity, specifications of making an ultra high quality record. But let me pull out one of these records for you, just show you how nice they are. Now you're saying, what? This is colored vinyl? No, it's not colored vinyl. It's clarity vinyl. even black records have some color added to them because it's very easy to locate the tracks on a black record. But this clarity of vinyl, this is as pure as it can possibly be. So 200-gram records, mastered at 45 RPM by Bernie Grundman. Let's see. And it's like, see, on this side, they had to do this 3 times before they got it right. And this one, they had to, same thing, 3 times. So this is the equivalent of side 2 of the original LP. So I have not listened to this yet. I just got it today. I'm going to clean this up with my good old ultrasonic machine. And going to take a very serious listen because I was listening to the album, the original album, earlier this week. And I was surprised at how good that original album sounded. And also, this is being re-released as a regular 33 RPM record. And you can find that at your local record store if they're worth their salt. So, yep, here we are, 3 albums in on the Steely Dan catalog. And that's it. And we got our air conditioning back. It's very comfortable in the home now. So, are there any other questions about Spudlok and the band and the record? You want to play music, don't you?
I'm just recording them.
Yeah, in just a few minutes. Sounds like splashing, doesn't it? It's like something dropping on the floor and splashing. Anyway, so yes, I want to thank everybody who has already purchased the album. I have to get in touch with... Oh, if you work for a record store or if you are a buyer for a record store, also send me a private message. I will get in touch with you and we'll find out how I can wholesale some records to you while I still have copies left. This is a limited edition, and I don't know if there's going to be another record or not, but making this record was a dream for me. I've always wanted to make an album. This is a bucket list thing. And let's see. Mark, I see you're writing in the chat room, but let's see. No, I don't know. Anyway, also, I just got a notice that somebody bought a digital download of the album. Yeah, that's right. If you want to have the Spudlok album and you do not have a record player or you don't want to shell out the $20, you can buy the mastered digital copy of the album in any format digital download you want for only $7. That's at bandcamp.spudlok.com. So check that out. What's new in the... let's see. Does the Fed... That's a good question. I don't think so. Let's take a look on Amazon. Let's see. I'm going to share the screen here. Let's see. I'm going to go to Amazon. And let's see here. Thad Jones. Detroit, New York Junction. Okay. All right, now let me share the screen here again. Let's see. Amazon, there we go. All right. Available on, wow, $54 for a CD. $37 for the vinyl. Wow. You know what? It may be available. You may want to go look on Discogs. Let's go to Discogs and see if they've got it. Let's see here. Detroit, New York Junction. Here we go. see, a CD. Okay, if you go onto Discogs, they have it available for as low as, where is it? Hold on. I'm back. Okay. Let's see, for as low as $2.75 for a copy. So yeah, you can get it, but you got to look around for it. So it's available. You never know. You may be able to get it. You may be able to find it. So listen, we're going to be finishing up soon. No real news Zappa news this week, but tomorrow is the birthday of Frank's youngest child. Yes, Diva Zappa, born in 1979 on July 30th. So let's wish her a happy birthday. And what else is new? Nothing's new. So we got a few minutes left. We're going to start making some funny noises here. Stay tuned for your local news, except on the West Coast. I had a... What?
We don't know why we say that.
Yeah, we don't always say that, and I'm being very silly about that whole thing. Anyway, had a great time. Hope you did too. Go listen to some music. Thank you for tuning in. And what do you say we... Okay. You see these buttons that go back and forth? Those choose the sounds. So like you're hearing this noise here. If you go there and go to another one. Chief Dancing Ostrich, have you been here the whole time? Good to see you. All right. I'm pulling out the old psychedelic guitar. Let's see if we can make some music together. Last week, nobody could hear the acoustic guitar. So let's see if we can hear both of these instruments at the same time. Oh, yeah.
just so you know, this one is number 100.
Oh, you like this one?
The first three are number 75.
That's it. Thank you. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. And don't forget to say good night, boys and girls.
Goodbye. Have a good day.